the class for the first time, I'm pretty sure you'll be delighted to discover just how much we can do seated in a chair. And so before we actually get started with the practice, I'd like to invite you as well to make sure you have what you need to set yourself up comfortably in your chair. And so most of us are practicing from home. I'm actually outdoors outside my home in Half Moon Bay on the Sunshine Coast. Some of you may still be indoors or outdoors. Particularly if you know balance is a challenge, an invitation to make sure you have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair, because we are going to get moving. That said, this is not a chair yoga or a chair fitness class. This is a chair yoga class. And so what is yoga? What is adaptive yoga? And so specifically, of course, this yoga practice is geared towards people living with disabilities, chronic illness, etc., etc. So we will be practicing centering practice to start with, some yogic breathing techniques, gentle movement, hopefully moving through all the joints so that we can let go of some of that stiffness and hopefully minimize pain if there's existing pain. However, that's a huge topic. And then a meditation piece, and the dessert part, your final relaxation. And so let's begin with a centering practice. So I'd like to invite you to find a comfortable sitting position. To sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. It can be challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we're uncomfortable in our bodies. And then as you're ready, lift your shoulders up, back and down. And then an invitation to take your hands to your chest, your heart center if you like, palms open or palms together. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. An alternative might be at your abdomen. And so an invitation now to lift your heart. Your hands bowing your head to your heart. And to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. Setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga practice for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then it's ready, if your eyes are closed, gently flick your eyes open. Bring your arms down by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then an invitation to shake your hands, reaching up to the sky, so as high as feels comfortable for you. And so we can imagine that we're saying good day, and waving to our ancestors. And coming forward a little, waving to our ancestors. So reaching up to the sky. So I love to share the story about the woman I had in my class for a few years. She lived to be well over 100 years old. And when we were doing this practice one morning, she said, I feel like my ancestors are waving back. And so just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms go down by your side. And then reaching up one more time if you'd like, and it's available to you. And then on your exhale, big yawn or a ha sound. Ah. Woo-hoo. It's yoga time. And so at this time, if possible, I'd like to invite you to sit in a way that you are supporting your own spine. That said, if you need or would like something to support your spine, your back, please make sure you have what you need. I sometimes have a rolled yoga mat that I like to place along my spine. I understand that Some of you may be wheelchair users. Your chairs are set up just wonderfully for you. And so also I'd like to invite you to feel that you're sitting forward on your sits bones. Right? Our sits bones, the bones we sit on. And then if you like, an invitation to tuck your chin in slightly, so parallel with the floor. If it's helpful, you can place a finger or two on your chin. Imagine a turtle. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, if it feels comfortable for you, an invitation to close your eyes softly here. Or soften your gaze. And so looking downwards towards the floor of the earth, 3 or 4 feet in front of us, can be calming for the nervous system. And so an invitation to allow your attention to move inwards. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. And notice the alignment of your knees, hips, ankles, shoulders, overhead. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, and it's available to you, placing one hand on your abdomen. And maybe noticing that as we inhale, belly expands. On exhale, belly moves. And so keeping one hand on your abdomen, take your other hand to your chest, your heart center. And maybe notice the pattern of movement between your abdomen and your chest, your heart center. And then see if you can begin to make your breath just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And paying particular attention to the exhale. See if you can begin to lengthen the exhale. And so when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and so whenever possible during your practice today, I'd like to invite you to bring your awareness back to this deep, long, easeful breath. And so if your eyes are closed, gradually blink your eyes open. Relax your arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then a little wiggly fidget. Woohoo! You can do a little bum dance. So whatever your body's asking of you. And so a while back, I was asked if I would reintroduce reading poetry or quote at the beginning of the class. And so I did come across a poem that I very much appreciate, love. And it is a poem by Rumi. So some of you may well be acquainted with Rumi's writings, poetry. And so this one's called The Guest House by Rumi, translated by Coleman Barks. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice meets him at the door laughing and invites him in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And so, an invitation now to repose. So I'd like to invite you to Ground through your sits bones. So the bones we sit on. Lengthen your spine. Lift your shoulders up, back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together, rub your palms together. Warm up your hands, energize your hands. And your wrists, and then maybe sweeping your hands up along your arms. And then a little shake out again. And so I'd like to begin the warm up with some eye exercises, movements. And so we'll go from there to warm up for our neck, shoulders, and so on. So I hope to move through all the joints today. And so as ready, I'd like to invite you. So you're sitting up nice and tall, grounded. An invitation now to turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. So maybe the eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And then turn your gaze downward. So soft gaze towards the floor. 3 or 4 feet in front of you. And if you like, you can lengthen the breath with your eye movements. Inhale, looking up. On exhale, soft gaze downward. And now an invitation to begin gentle movements with your neck, warming up our cervical spine. So looking up as we move there, and gently looking down. So soft belly, quiet breath. And then as ready, bring your head back to center. And from here, take one ear towards your shoulder. And then move your head from side to side. So we're allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. And then as ready, bring your head back to center. And then turn the soft gaze looking towards your shoulder. Only move your head as far as feels comfortable for you. Pause. And then turn your head from side to side. So as if nodding no. And then it's ready, bring your head back to center. So we've moved our cervical spine through its range of motion. And now I'd actually like to introduce a bit of face yoga. And so we're going to be making some nasty faces. And so of course no one can see you, you can see me. And so one of the most challenging places to release tensions in our face for a lot of us. And so let's begin. I'd like to invite you to open your mouth wide. And relax. And so let's open our mouth wide again. This time, see if you can bring your lips over your teeth. And relax. And this time, draw your facial muscles towards your nostrils. You just put into 11. And relax. And now when you're ready, an invitation to make a soft fist, bring it up to your jaw and create resistance. We hold a lot of tension in our jaw, often bringing that in from one day to the next. And then it's ready, other side. So we don't want to create lockjaw, so don't stay there too long. And then when you're ready, if possible, bring your head up or your hand up to the side of your head. And of course, if you have a yoga buddy that can work with you, that can be awesome. So creating resistance and other side. And then an invitation to bring your hands to the base of your skull. So I like to interlace my fingers. So you bring your hands however feels best for you. Or it might be, if you have a headrest, you can press your head gently against your headrest. So press your head gently against your hands. And release. Shake out. And now I'd like to invite you to have a soft chest, bring it up to the middle of your forehead. So front part of our brain, when we put gentle pressure here, it can be calming for our nervous system. And so from here, actually before I carry on, I just want to check in with those of you live. Can you hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? Yeah, 2 thumbs, good, good. Okay, so, pardon me. Let's repose. So make sure that you're comfortable, that you're grounded through your feet, centered and grounded through the soles of your feet. Sits bones are sharp on the chair, spine is long, shoulders back and down, chin in. So from here, I'd like to introduce a little bit of Indian head massage. And so I'm just going to take my hair on my elastic for now. And so bring your fingertips up to your scalp. And then small circles. So it's not, you're not just moving the hair around, you're actually moving the scalp a little bit. And so who among us doesn't love to have their scalp massage when we go for, when we go to get our hair done? Yeah, so this can help with headaches, neck, shoulder tension, all connected. And then if it feels okay for you, you can grab hold of that handful of hair and just tug. That can feel amazing. And then when you're ready, just smooth your hair out. Just going to tie my hair up again. All right. So from here, an invitation now to, let's do a little bit of body tapping. So maybe tapping your arms, get a little bit on your face, center of your chest. And then if you like, you can lean back in your chair for this, one hand on the other, massage your organs. So your liver, your stomach, and leaning forward a little, your lower back. You can reach up a little higher where your kidneys and adrenal glands live. You can send them some love. So important to keep this area warm. And then when you're ready, sitting up nice and tall, sweep your hands forward. So inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, let, exhale, go. And now when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to tap down the outside of your legs. So this is a part where if balance is a challenge, make sure you only come forward as far as you feel stable in your chair. And then tap up the inside, inner thighs. Then we'll do this 2 more times. Tapping the outside of our legs. And then coming up, tapping inner thighs. And 1 more time. So your own time and rhythm. And this time we're going to reverse it. So we'll start inner thighs. Working down. And then coming up the outside. And 2 more times. Tap, tap, tap. So if the tapping feels a bit too intense, you might want to work energetically, or just softly touching or massaging, and finish up the move with the ear. All right, so you just take a moment, bring your hands in front of you, a few inches apart. You could close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. And an invitation to maybe notice any subtle sensations between the hands. So no right or wrong. You might feel something, maybe, maybe not. Explore and bring your hands further apart. And taking them closer together. And turn your palms face up, reach up to the sky. So maybe feeling a lightness. And palms face down, a grounding sensation. So reaching up to the sky, feeling the lightness. And this time on your exhale, make a ma sound to honor Mother Nature. Ma. So reach one arm out to the side, gaze in passion, no fingers, that feels okay. And on the exhale, making a ma sound. Ma. Other side. So I love to think of these gentle movements as a move in meditation. Ma. Both arms reach up as high as feels comfortable for you. Ma. We'll shake out again. So moving on. So I am thinking, what should we do? Okay, so let's reach your arm outside. I have so many yoga toys in my yoga toy box. Reach your arm up as high as feels comfortable for you. And then slowly. So again, gentle movement, reaching up as high as feels comfortable for you. Slowly. So this time, if you'd like, and if it works for you, we'll link our breath with our movement on inhale. Reach up, full length of the inhale. On exhale, float your arm down, full length of the exhale. So as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so other side as you're ready, if you like, reaching up to the sky. And slowly float. So gentle movement, reaching up. And slowly, slow, mindful movements. This time adding a gentle breath to the movement on inhale, reach up. Full length of your inhale. On exhale, float your arm down the full length. So last time on this side, it's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and both arms down by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center, to your chest. Reach up to the sky, gentle back. This time, maybe our hands come together in prayer. Place one hand on your abdomen, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to maybe feel the rise and fall through your chest and your belly. Fidget again. And so I'm going to do something with my hair. It's a bit annoying at the moment. Yeah, so repose. Sit up nice and tall. Ground down through your feet. So I'd like you to push down through one foot, push down through the opposite foot. And so it might be that you are visualizing the movement. So imagination is powerful. And maybe notice, can you feel one foot more than the other? So from here, I'd like to come into a practice that I like to call finding our balance. And so balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. So worth repeating, balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. So sitting up nice and tall, you can take hold of the underside of the chair, maybe have your hands at your hips. And so we'll begin with an inhale, lengthen your spine, and then hinging from the hips coming forward. So with a flat back, tuck your chin in slightly. And if you'd like, and it's available to you, you can reach underneath your thighs and maybe clap your hands. And then reaching back up. So come on back up, arms reaching up. And clapping again. And then put your arms down. So when you're ready, hinging from the hips, come forward. And maybe it feels okay to reach under your thighs. Hands together, pushing down through your inner heels. Come up with a flat back, reaching up to the sky. Palms come together. So now when you're ready, I'd like to invite you, holding on to the underside of the chair, your will, wherever you feel most stable. Reach one hand towards the earth, towards the floor. So it's as if you're reaching to pick something up, and you want to keep both sits bones on the chair, or shoulders lined up with shoulder, and then move from side to side. And then if it works for you, you might inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And so if linking your breath with the movement doesn't work for you, if you're congested or an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. And you might notice that as we warm up our spine, these movements become more easeful. We're able to go a little deeper. And then it's ready. Come on, back center. Take a moment. And from here, we'll come into a gentle twist. And so as ready, twisting gently to the side. Head turns last. Your hand might slide in towards your hip. And then moving dynamically, so twisting from side to side. So this is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range of motion. And so sliding our hands along our thighs. There's a natural tendency for that. And also what's wonderful about that is that it can help increase our proprioceptive awareness. So essentially a big phrase for knowing where our body is in relation to space. Again, if you are sensitive, it might be that you're moving energetically. Your hands are just floating in waves above your thighs. Your legs. And then finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back. Relax your arms by your side, then on your lap, palm up or down as desired. And take a moment to let your breath settle, your belly soften. And so from here, hands at your hips if you like. You can bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Create a little bit of space for your yoga belly. And then circle your heart forward and circle back. So essentially getting into our hips and lower back a little more. Keeping our sits bones on the chair. And as you begin to feel your lower back and your hips soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So shoulders move towards our knees. Of course, we're not going to come all the way down. And then as ready, reverse the direction. So your circles might be a little bigger than mine, maybe smaller. So move in your own time and rhythm. We all have our own rhythm. Slowly make your way back to a neutral spine. Walk your feet back so that your knees or feet are comfortably hip distance apart. You brought your feet out to the side. Take a moment. And notice how you feel. So not about what we look like, the form, or what the movement looks like in your yoga practice. The diagnostic tools, how do I feel? No judgment. And so moving on, I'd like to invite you to take your hands to your heart center. Lifting your elbows a little, so if it feels okay, if it does make you lose your balance, having your hands at your heart center, you can begin there, or it might feel more comfortable to have your hands on your belly. So whatever you place on your hands, breathing in, extend your arms up and away. And then take your hands back to your heart center or your Buddha belly. And so if you'd like, as we practice this gentle heart opener, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. Inhale. This time on your exhale, making soft fists as you take your hands to your heart center or your Buddha belly. So soft fists can help if you have arthritis in your hands. Inhale. This time on your exhale, making a humming sound like a bumblebee. Inhale. So bumblebee breath is a yogic breathing technique. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. You might notice a bumblebee breath lengthens the exhale. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your chest, your heart center. And take a moment and maybe feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. So we'll shake them again. And so from here, I think I'd like to come into a practice where we're going to start moving in ways maybe that we don't typically move. And so you're sitting up nice and tall, feet are grounded on the earth, sits bones up in the chair, spine long, shoulders up, back and down, chin in. And so I'd like to invite you to begin moving your arms in ways you don't typically move. Right, so in your own time and rhythm, And it can be interesting to practice these movements with your eyes closed. And then I'd like you to imagine that your arms are like seaweed or seagrass. So seaweed, if you like, at the bottom of the ocean. And the seaweed's making its way up towards the light. And so stretch into the stretch. Get bigger in space. We tend to shrink. And so now we're getting into the deeper connective tissue in our body. And then bring a gentle awareness to wherever your body's talking to you and send your breath there. And so our breath is part of our life force, of course. And then maybe noticing where it doesn't feel like there's so much energy moving through. Or maybe there isn't as much sensation. So all the more reason to breathe into those areas. Taking a moment, pausing there, breathe into those areas. And then just finishing up where your body's still talking to you. And then slowly coming back to stillness. And so relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Maybe noticing any subtle sensations. Trust that the sensations are there. It's not going to be a rocket ship across the sky. So can you name the sensation? Maybe it's a bit of energy we're feeling at the beginning of the class. Maybe it's fatigue. It might even be an energy that you feel along your spine. Sensation that you are feeling. And so moving on, let's repose. So you do a little squiggly fidget. I'm just going to make sure I'm on time here. Yep. So let's come into side bend. So I'd like you to take hold of the underside of the chair wherever you need to. If you feel stable and balanced, release your opposite arm by your side. Spiral your palm open. So turn your palm face up and then palm face down. And I'd like you to notice which feels better for you. And then turn your palm face up. And I'll give you a few options for your arm placement. So it might be that you take your hand to your shoulder. You have shoulder stuff going on. Alternatively, it might feel good to reach up and over. And so today, offering those two alternatives. Oh, well, actually, I'll give you a third. The other might be your hand at your hip. So here we go. Today, I'm going to take my hand to my shoulder. And yours might be up overhead. Come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the earth to release your neck. And then breathe into your side body, into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And then as ready, come out of the pose, the side bend. This side, we'll come into it on the other side. So take hold of the underside of the chair, release your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open. So you take your hand to your shoulder, maybe reaching up and over, or hand on the hip, into your side bend. Keep both sits bones on the chair. Turn your gaze down towards the earth to release your neck and breathe into your rib cage. And slowly, as you're ready, come out of the pose on this side. So take a moment, notice how you feel. Any subtle sensations? So moving on, let's get into seated twist. So the movements of the spine. So of course we know our spines matter. And so there's a lot of focus on spinal movements in the yoga practice. So for this piece, or this practice, if you will, if possible, bring your feet so they're a little wider than outer hip bone distance. It's okay to have your toes turned out, knees tracking over ankles. So we begin by sitting up nice and tall, so lengthen your spine. And then take one hand across the outside of your knee or thigh. Your other hand comes beside you on the chair behind you. And so our head turns last. And feel free to close your eyes softly here if you'd like, or soften your gaze. And then it's ready. Slowly come out of the twist on this side. Back at center, take a moment. And we'll come into it on the other side. So we begin with an inhale. So breathing in, lengthen your spine. Take your hand across the outside of your knee or thigh. The other hand comes beside you, or maybe even behind you on the chair where you can reach comfortably. So we are not using our hands to kind of pull us or torque us into the twist. They're just there as a guide. Head turns last. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. And then slowly unwind. So in yoga, we can stay in poses, we can move dynamically. So let's move in and out of the twist dynamically. We're reaching up to the sky and then coming into your twist. Reaching up and twist. So in your own time and rhythm, for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable. Keeping this gentle movement, twist flowing. Reach up. Finish up the movement that you're on. And then come on back, seated center. And so side bends, twists, pretty intense spinal movement. So we need to realign our spine. And we can do that with the seated forward fold. And so there are some contraindications with the seated forward fold. If you have osteopenia, osteoarthritis, you might have some other condition that you're aware of that makes coming into a deeper version of a seated forward fold contraindicated. And so please honor that. And so yoga has a unique philosophy. And one of our first principles is do no harm. And so you are the world expert on your body, and I'm trusting that you're taking great care. And so when you're ready, take hold of the underside of the chair. If possible, bring your feet a little wider. I do have a blanket here. It might be helpful to have something rolled along your belly and then to come forward. So it's not about seeing how far down we can go. We want to come forward with a flat back. Tuck your chin in slightly, so maybe adding or nodding yes and no to release your neck. And then breathe into your lower back. Or you might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. So of course we can't place our lungs in our lower back, but imagination, visualizing. So visualization is powerful. Energy flows for our thoughts, our breath flows. And notice how you feel in the pose. So for most folks, word bends can be calming for the nervous system. walk your feet forward a little bit if that's helpful. And then it's ready. Come on back up. So push down through your inner heel. So it might be an energetic pushing down. You place one hand on each of your thighs. Come on, seated comfortably to transition into a short guided meditation in your final relaxation. So make sure you have what you need to stay warm. I'm going to put my jacket on. I did bring my scarf. A little bit of weight on our thighs can be to encourage a grounding sensation. And so you're more than welcome, actually, if you have the ability to recline for this, if you have a chair, you're able to recline it, go for it. Up to you. So whatever position feels most comfortable for you, feel free to make any kind of modifications. So lastly, I think I'll put this blanket on my lap. And so the meditations by Thich Nhat Hanh, a Zen Buddhist monk, beloved. So it goes like this. It's resting on your thighs, palm up or down as desired. An invitation to have a soft gaze if you'd like. Or close your eyes softly. So look down and into your heart, see what you can see. And then an invitation to breathe into your heart. And so breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So we'll sit and breathe together for a few moments with a gentle reminder. Breathing. And so when you're ready, come into whatever comfortable seated position you'd like for your final relaxation. And maybe lift your shoulders up, back and down. So soft organic movements. This is not meant to be a big scrunch up towards our ears. And relax your hands in your lap. Palm up or palm down as desired. Eyes are closed softly, focused inward, or soften your gaze. And so soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow the breath to reflect the pulse. Serenity pose. Relax the jaw, relax your jaw. So if you'd like, you can take your fingertips to these places. Relax your jaw. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing our hands on our Buddha belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. And so without changing anything, bring a gentle awareness back to your breath. Thank your body. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. Gradually, if your eyes are closed, blink your eyes open. And then in meditation, maybe take a look around the space you're in and name 3 objects. So bring us back. So thank you, everyone. So take a moment, notice how you feel before and after yoga. So the teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Thank you to my new tech host, whose name I will learn. Connect through the Disability Foundation for providing this opportunity for us to practice. So I'm more than happy to hang out after a few moments or any feedback or questions. So otherwise, have an awesome week, and I hope to see you again next week. So I'm just going to bring my chair in a little closer. Hi, Janet.
Bobbie.
You made it this week?
Yeah, I did. Almost not though, because when I woke up, my internet wasn't working.
Uh-oh.
So I had to switch back to Wi-Fi because I had it hardwired, which I was told was better.
Oh, I have no idea what that means, but
yeah. Anyway, so I'm having some Shaw people come over on Friday and have a look.
Right, good.
But I'm online now.
Sure, yeah. Well, lovely to see you today. And so I'm going to sally forth, I guess, if that's it. And I'll see you next week, love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.